ought to bring word of this to Captain Brandt.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Ow! What do you want? I'm in no mood to have my ear talked off, thank you. My back's afire. I can scarce talk for the pain. Leave an old man mind. I wouldn't say no to some wildflowers, if you happen to have any with you. A handful of those, and I could prepare a poultice that'd help me make it home.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Mark.
What is it now? Unless you brought me some wildflowers, I'd prefer to be left alone. Well, that was most kind of you. My thanks for the trouble. Right, here goes naught. Relief at last. I was beginning to fear that I'd be stuck here for the rest of my days. I've a mind to thank you, sir. Would you look in on me at my home? I live nearby. There aren't too many houses out here, so you'll find it soon enough, I expect.
It isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp. Sir Galstafer spoke of a reward for our efforts. Should we call upon him at his home? Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged. My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but different masters favour different pawns. One whom I...
I? Beg pardon, sir, but...
Forgive me, dear. I forgot to tell you. I asked this good sir to look in on me.
Oh, not this again. How many times have I begged you not to bring strangers into our home?
I know, dear, but this one's a kindly sort. Brought me the wildflowers I needed to make it home when I threw out my back.
'Tis always one reason or another, isn't it? And has it e'er ended well for us? Not once. Mark my words, no one wanders this far out unless they are running from something.
This one's different, I promise you. You've heard tell of the Arisen, have you not? The hero who travels far and wide to track and fell the dragon.
Oh? So this stranger claims to be the Arisen? Believe what you will, but expect no hospitality from me. You may tend to our guest yourself.
You will have to forgive my wife. She has her reasons for being mistrusting, but you deserved a warmer welcome than that. Now let me fetch your reward. Wait here a moment.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
So, we finally arrived. I thought we'd never make it.
My back! I've done it in again.
Ghost Stuffer, when will you learn to be more gentle with yourself?
Oh, hold your tongue. All the gentleness in the world won't stop the hurt from coming on when 'twill only gotten worse of late. There's naught for it but to make for the curative spring.
In your state, you'll ne'er reach it. And that's to say nothing of the monsters that haunt the roads out there. They'll be on you in a moment if they see you limping along on your own. Oh, would that I could take you to the spring myself, but alas,
Don't even think on it, my dear. I'd not ask that of you, knowing how crowded place...
But what are we to do? I fear for you, my love.
'Tis a fair reward. We cannot complain.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Fear not. You'll have your reward. I just need to sit still a moment. You'd be willing to accompany me all that way? You see, my dear, what did I tell you? The Arisen's a goodly sort. I've an eye for people.
Oh, don't be a fool, Ghost Stuffer. You have barely spoken to this person. What if you were being deceived? Did you think of that?
Come. Surely there are far more clever lies to tell if one's intent is to swindle. I'm not sure I can afford to refuse aid.
So be it then. 'Tis plain your mind's made up.
We'd best be along.
Pray see my husband safely to the encampment. I shall await your return.
This curative spring sounds as if 'twould do wonders for an aching back. Let us see the good dwarf there post-haste. I can guide you there if you wish.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged. Magma scales! There! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Must admit, it feels wonderful to strike true.
Ensure your next attack is no less perfect.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
No harm shall come to you.
It's about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
Could I trouble you to walk a wee bit slower? My back is like to... Ah!
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Nicely done.
Perhaps you might join the fight yourself.
By magic, imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold. That was well fought. There's no one. Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together. Would anyone care to push?
You'll not live to regret this!
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment. Methinks these climbs are ill-suited to habitation.
Indeed. Vermont feels a world away.
Turn out your muskets! Tremendous work!
Our combined might is beyond any foe. not happen again.
Focus your strength, Arisen! Well done!
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you? Come to think of it, we're all of differing vocations, aren't we?
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
We've a choice of where to go, but how to know the path best traveled.
What are we tarrying for? Onward, I say!
Would that such tranquility could last.
It's no great shock to me. Field of battle is what the pit and out, fellas, but that does not make cutting them down easier to bear.
I quite agree.
grant you fire's blaze. Well. Not bad. I can do no less than service with you.
Not a bad idea.
I'd wager there's ought to be found here. We ought to take a close... to look.
I'll gather this. It might be of use. You have my admiration. I doubt even my own master has obtained an article so rare.
There's a ladder here. After you, Arisen.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Time for a few sips.
Our road was a long one.
Huh. That's like to make me sick, it is. Still, there's not a swig of newt liquor can't fix, I always say. Bollocks, I'm all out. Boy there, come at a fine time, you have. Care for a rotten egg? 'Twas soft boiled right here in the hot spring. 'Tis mostly sand, won't kill you or naught. Huh. Bought me some newt liquor, have ye? Many thanks, Cos. Don't mind if I do. Aye, that's the stuff. There's naught finer than a gulp of newt liquor. After a hot bath, 'tis bliss, pure and simple. But I'll need me a nibble to go with my glug. Down the hatch. Aye, this is a dream come true, 'tis. Suppose you deserve aught for your trouble. Here you are, cuz. A soft-boiled egg, specially prepared right...
Well met, sir. How might I...
You've my thanks for this. Keep an eye out for monsters.
Well now, if it ain't the current, have you come for a dip in the hot spring? Or mayhap to speak with me? Is that right? Suppose I can indulge you a moment, so long as I've a drink in hand. Consarn it, this bottle's empty. Apologies, cuz, but I can't talk with a parched throat.
At last! I've ne'er seen a more welcome sight. This spring here has been visited since time prevailed for its curative properties. I only hope to be able to ease the ache in my back. I'll go have my soak now, if 'tis all the same to you. Can't have Cleona fretting over how long I've been gone. Ooh! It twinges a bit.
'Twould seem I owe you a debt of gratitude. And an apology. True to your word, you have seen my husband safely to the spring. I was so afeared for his well-being, I couldn't bring myself to sit at home, waiting, wondering. So I followed you at a distance. Though now I see I needn't have. My husband and I are met with persecution everywhere we turn, you see. More than one village we thought to call home has driven us away. That is why we live in so far-flung a place. Gaustafer can bear the judgment well enough, but I cannot. You, at least, have proven deserving of our trust. My husband was right about you. I shall not soon forget this good turn you've done, my husband and I. You are welcome to visit us again, if your travels should happen to take you as far as our abode. I would fain lend you my skills as Magick archer-maester. And I'm certain my husband would be only too glad to take up his blacksmith's hammer for your sake.
Sir Cleona was the Magick archer-maester all along.
Short though our acquaintance may be, your kindness and sincerity have earned my respect. And so, to aid you in your duty, I would grant you this technique, my most guarded secret as maester of my art.
Time for a few sips.
Hold on a moment. I'll be needing my fee before you go in.
Time for a few sips.
Forgive me, but I cannot guide you from here.
There's no wrong thing my nose won't find.
Oh, few materials are more coveted than this. It makes all our efforts worthwhile.
We shall have to think long and hard about what to do with it.
This place. Yeah, stand on it.
I'll not stick my head where it will get cut off.
Some of us get complacent. I train every
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
We're not to talk during missions.
You're no soldier, are you? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head, at least. Much obliged.
better training.
Fancy a gander? I find goods for sale. I could swear I've weapons to sell. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano growing more. Active of late. Well. Much obliged. Well met.
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
It's past time for a bath.
I sleep on my road.
Best quality of soldier can have.
There's no easy thing making a living as a soldier.
'Tis a ballista, Arisen.
'Tis not how we use this, but when that counts.
I imagine it would be most beneficial in combat.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
It seems to me we'll find some rare materials here.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find? Come to think of it, we might already have what we seek stored away.
Oh, 'tis a precious thing we found.
How exciting! My heart is fit to burst. I could swear I've seen what's needed here amidst what we have in storage.
Mind the rain, Master.
The weather may yet turn fierce. Best we keep moving.
You're no soldier, are you? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a refill. For your head, at least. Much obliged.
Frey, follow me.
This might contain useful information.
Shall we take a closer look? Well met. Fancy a gander? I find it for sale.
Ho-ho! I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Time for a few sips. Well now, if it ain't the current, have you come for a dip in the hot spring? Or mayhap to speak with me? Aye. That's the stuff. Thanks for this, cuz. Yeah, too, Car. Warms you right up, it does. You're welcome to bring me more of this whenever ye like. Suppose you deserve aught for your trouble. Here you are, cuz. Well now, have you come for a dip in the hot spring? Or mayhap, is that right? Suppose I can indulge you a moment, so long as I've a drink in hand. Consarn it, this bottle's empty.
Well met, sir. How might I...
'Tis clear you're not interested in arriving at our destination, so I'll hold off on guiding us there for now.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Time for a few sips. Bollocks. Wow.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Time for a few sips.
Nope, Master. A treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Time for a few sips. Bollocks. All out.
No one's coming to assail us. Mayhap we've scared them all off?
fancy a gander? I find fairy tales.
This is clearly designed to carry us somewhere. It could prove useful.
This seems useful.